Welcome to this English learning history story. Today's episode explores one of the most dramatic events of the 20th century, how the Soviet Union collapsed and how modern Russia was born. You will hear slow, simple English that improves your listening skills, your vocabulary, and your understanding of world history. This is a real story about politics, power, crisis, and change. Now, let's begin. For more than 70 years, the Soviet Union, also called the USSR, was one of the most powerful nations on Earth. It stretched across 11 time zones, from Europe to Asia. It was home to more than 280 million people. It controlled many countries in Eastern Europe, and it was the rival of the United States during the Cold War. But behind this image of power, something was slowly breaking. The economy was weak. People waited in long lines for basic foods. Freedom was limited, and millions wanted change. A storm was coming. In 1985, a new leader rose to power, Mikhail Gorbachev. He was young, energetic, and different. He believed the Soviet Union could not survive without big changes. He introduced two new ideas: perestroika, restructuring. This meant fixing the failing economy, modernizing industries, and giving businesses more freedom. And glasnost, openness. This meant more freedom of speech, fewer secrets, and more power to the people. For the first time, citizens could speak openly about problems. Newspapers wrote the truth. People felt hope. But no one knew that these freedoms would also open the door to something much bigger and much more dangerous. As people spoke more freely, all the hidden problems came out. The economy was worse than anyone expected. Factories were old. Technology was behind. Money was low. Across the Soviet republics, Ukraine, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Georgia, Kazakhstan, people began saying, "We want independence." National pride grew. Old anger returned. The unity of the Soviet Union began to crack. Gorbachev tried to keep the country together, but every month things became more unstable. In August 1991, something shocking happened. A group of hardline communist leaders, including top officials and military generals, tried to overthrow Gorbachev. They placed him under house arrest. Tanks rolled into Moscow. The world watched in fear. People were scared. Was the Soviet Union going back to dictatorship? But then, something unexpected happened. A brave man named Boris Yeltsin, president of Russia, stood on a tank outside the parliament building and shouted, "We will not allow the return of tyranny." Thousands joined him. Millions supported him. The coup failed in only 3 days. But the Soviet Union was now too weak to survive. The end was near. After the failed coup, republic after republic declared independence. Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Georgia, Ukraine, Belarus, Moldova, Kazakhstan, Armenia, Azerbaijan, Kyrgyzstan, Turkmenistan, Uzbekistan. One by one, they left. The union that once controlled a huge part of the world was collapsing like a building made of sand. Even Russia, the largest republic, said the Soviet Union no longer works. The final blow had arrived. On Christmas Day, 1991, a historic moment took place. Mikhail Gorbachev appeared on television. He looked tired, sad, but calm. He announced his resignation as president of the Soviet Union. That night, the red Soviet flag, with its hammer and sickle, was lowered from the Kremlin for the last time. A new flag rose, the white, blue, and red flag of Russia. After 69 years, the Soviet Union was officially gone. After the fall, Russia faced chaos. The economy crashed. Inflation exploded. People lost their savings. Crime increased. Millions suffered. Boris Yeltsin became the first president of the Russian Federation. He introduced capitalism, free markets, and political reforms very quickly, maybe too quickly. Some people became extremely rich. Some lost everything. The 1990s were a decade of confusion, pain, and transformation. But slowly, a new Russia began to form. A new political system, a new economy, a new identity. The old Soviet world had ended. A modern Russia had begun. The fall of the Soviet Union teaches many lessons. No empire lasts forever. History changes when people demand freedom. Big systems collapse from inside, not outside. Leadership decisions can change the world. A nation can be reborn after destruction. The world we see today from Europe to Asia was shaped by the fall of the USSR. Thank you for watching this historical English learning story. Today you learned clear, simple English, new vocabulary, easy sentence structure, a powerful real event, a deeper understanding of modern history. Keep practicing, keep learning. Your English and your knowledge grow every day.